Okay, now we know what is the atmosphere made of. That's actually the regular condition. Now we can move on to talk about pollution. Okay, air pollution. Now, first thing we need to define what is air pollution. So it's defined as the condition, okay, the condition in which air contains a high concentration of certain chemicals that can harm living things or damage non-living things. So to take note, is a condition where air contains it must be a high concentration of certain chemicals that either harm living things or damage non-living things. So some of the air pollutants, okay, what are they? They are actually solid particles or poisonous gas which causes air pollution. Okay, so we talk about air pollution is high concentration, is a condition. And now we talk about what causes air pollution. It is actually caused by air pollutants. So air pollutants causes air pollution. And obviously you must talk about what is our air pollutants. They are solid particles or poisonous gas which causes air pollution. Okay, now we'll be going through each of these one by one. Carbon monoxide, oxides of nitrogen, sulfur dioxide, okay, methane, ozone, and unburned carbon. This one will be another segment on its own. So we'll be looking at this few in our slides over here. Now, carbon monoxide is one of the most poisonous gases that you can find because this is the one that actually kills us. You know, in movies you see that a person sleeping in a car, okay, a person sleeping in a car, he ons his engine, okay, in the car, he ons his engine. Okay, after a while he sleeps in the car and then, you know, he pumps the gas back into the air inside here and then he dies, you know, he dies. Now, you're thinking, how does a man die in his car by channeling the gas from his exhaust pipe into the car? It's because of this thing over here, carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is actually the one that kills. So you can see here, carbon monoxide is poisonous, colorless, odorless. It's produced by the incomplete combustion of the carbon-containing fuels. So in our engines, okay, this is actually where carbon monoxide is produced. Okay, next up we talk about the oxides of nitrogen. Why do we say the oxides of nitrogen? Because there are two different oxides of nitrogen that we're going to talk about, okay? We're going to talk about this one over here, which is nitrogen monoxide. Okay, the other one we're going to talk about is this, which is nitrogen dioxide. Okay, from the name you can see that monoxide stands for 1 oxygen, dioxide stands for 2 oxygen. So this is another air pollutant, okay? Where do we get it from? Car engines or chemical factories. The other one is thunderstorm. Okay, so there are two different ways of producing it. Now, what's the key common feature here is because there's high temperature. Okay? Under very high temperature, the oxygen and the nitrogen in the air will fuse, okay, to form your nitrogen monoxide and nitrogen dioxide. Okay, so now you can see here, what is the condition here? Temperature is high. Nitrogen combines with oxygen in the air to form nitrogen monoxide. Okay, another name for nitrogen monoxide, to take note, is also called nitric oxide. Okay, nitric oxide. Now I will show you the equation here. Okay, how do we form it? Nitrogen in the air, oxygen in the air, both of them combine to give you nitrogen monoxide. Very simple equation over here. Nitrogen plus oxygen give you nitrogen monoxide. Another one that we have, okay, is that this thing over here, which is nitrogen dioxide. You can see from the picture here, nitrogen dioxide is a brown color gas. Okay, brown color gas. Now, we know that from the start, okay, nitrogen plus oxygen give nitrogen monoxide. Then how is the dioxide produced? So from here, you can see that it is said here that the nitrogen monoxide, a colorless gas, is further reacted. Okay, so what happens? You must first make the nitrogen monoxide, and then after that, it reacts with more oxygen. Okay, it reacts with more oxygen to form your nitrogen dioxide. Okay, you need more oxygen here. So it's like a add-on reaction to give you nitrogen dioxide. So from the equation here, you can see nitric oxide plus oxygen give you nitrogen dioxide. So think of it, to get nitrogen dioxide, how many steps must I go through? two steps. First step is to make the nitric oxide, then followed by a second step to form my nitrogen dioxide. So do take note of this. Okay, now another one is also during thunderstorm. It's the same theory over here, okay, because there's a lot of heat produced in the lightning. So the nitrogen and the oxygen in the air will combine. Okay, same thing as here, nitrogen in the air will combine. The equations will look exactly the same. First, you must form your nitrogen monoxide. After that, then you form your nitrogen dioxide. So this is how the nitrogen monoxide and dioxides are formed during thunderstorms. Okay, during thunderstorms. So to take note, once again, next one, sulfur dioxide. This is the third one that we're talking about. We have gone through carbon monoxide, we have gone through oxides of nitrogen, and now we're going to move on to sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide main production is because of the combustion of fossil fuels. Okay, fossil fuels are the key here. Okay, what fossil fuels do you have? You have coal, crude oil, natural gas. Okay, they contain sulfur. So when you burn these gases over here, the sulfur will react with the oxygen in the air to give you your sulfur dioxide. So this sulfur will plus oxygen in the air to give you this. Okay, as you can see here, when it is burned, sulfur will add to my oxygen to give me sulfur dioxide. Right? Another time, rather than burning of fossil fuels, there's another way that it can be produced. Okay, it's also produced during volcanic eruptions. So when volcanoes erupt, there's a lot of sulfur dioxide being produced. So you can see large quantities. Okay, large quantities of sulfur dioxide is. And then last, we talk about other pollutants. Okay, obviously this has minor effects. So yep. Okay, talk about unburned hydrocarbons, methane, and ozone. These are the three other pollutants that we're going to talk about. So where do we get them from? Okay, unburned hydrocarbons released in car exhaust. Okay, when your engine burns, unburned hydrocarbons are produced. Next one, methane. Okay, is produced when plant and animal matter decay. Okay, so this when plants and animal matter decay, you produce your methane. Last one, okay, ozone is formed when nitrogen dioxide reacts in the air reacts with unburned hydrocarbons. So you must put these two. You can see this is already a air pollutant. This unburned hydrocarbons is also an air pollutant. So when you put these two air pollutants together, you get some more air pollutant, which is your ozone over here. Some of you may say, isn't it a good thing to have ozone? Okay, definitely it's a good thing to have ozone in the upper atmosphere. Okay, not in our... This is bad in the lower atmosphere. Okay, but it is good. Okay, bad in the atmosphere, but it is good in the upper... it's bad in the lower atmosphere, but it's good in the upper atmosphere. So in case you are confused thinking, why is ozone good? Why is ozone bad? Just take note, if we breathe them too much, we'll die. Okay, we'll really die. So we have went through 4 pollutants in total. Okay, 4 main classes of pollutants. First, we talked about carbon monoxide. This is the first one. Then we went on to talk about oxides of nitrogen. This is the second one. Then we went on to talk about sulfur dioxide. This is the third one. And lastly, we went to talk about other pollutants. In these other pollutants, we got 3 others. Okay, unburned hydrocarbons, methane, and ozone. So in actual fact, you have about 6 air pollutants to remember. Okay, so far we have only talked about the source of the pollutants. Okay, source of pollutant. Okay, where do the pollutants come from? Okay, in the next part, we'll be talking about the effects.